Hello and welcome to our hot, steamy, sensual, and consensual bonus episode of Hold My Popcorn. I'm Max Ely, and with us in Northern California is John Anishak. How are you, John?
My butt hurts. I've been, I took an early morning hike, and, it's nice and firm now, which is good, but I'm sitting on it. I got a nice padded chair, and I'm ready to talk about what I believe that my wife would want to watch on Valentine's Day. So, therefore, about to get into a lot of trouble. How are you, Max?
I am good. And in Portland, Maine, we got Bill Dooley.
What? Get out of town. I'm not a squib this week?
No, you're a squib.
Oh. God. I'll tell you what, you always find a way to surprise me.
Yeah.
That's what I dislike about you the most.
Did it to yourself. You did it to yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, if you just played along, maybe I wouldn't have said it, but
I think
shame
you
on
would
you.
have.
I would have. I was planning on saying it regardless. I was just going to interrupt you.
Good.
All right, well, I don't have a clever segue here, so our topic today is... all right, well, just to say that, it's almost Valentine's Day, and since most restaurants and bars are closed, your options might be a little bit limited, so we've decided to give you a few romantic movies to watch with your significant other, or dog, or cat, or blow-up doll. We don't judge our listeners. But to spice it up, we're going to break it down into 3 different selections. So the first pick is going to be the movie that your partner will enjoy on Valentine's Day. The second pick is going to be one that you would enjoy. that you would enjoy on Valentine's Day. And then the third pick is just going to be one that the two of you would enjoy.
I don't believe you, Max. What are the real categories?
Yeah, try again.
What are we really talking about this week, guys? Come on.
Yeah, what is your goal? What is your goal? You know what? I'm going to just ask you right now. What do you do? What do you do here?
All
of it. Okay, moving on. So, yeah. So we're starting with our partners, right? So which one of us is going to get our fucking head shoot off first?
I'll start it. I'll kick it off.
You're going to start?
I'll be the first one to jump into the fire.
All right.
So I know this is a pick that my wife loves. I know that she loves it because I asked her ahead of time, but it's 1987's Moonstruck, starring Cher, Nick Cage, and Olympia Dukakis.
Wow. That is a lineup.
Quite the lineup.
I've never heard of this movie.
So you might say that the movie's about a widow who falls in love with her fiance's brother, but I like to say it's more about like the soft Italian mama's boy who gets cucked by his one-armed brother, played by Nick Cage, who's just doing a horrific Don Corleone impression the entire movie.
Wow. You're selling it. That sounds wonderful.
That sounds fantastic. I really want to meet your wife.
Sounds great for you. Who are you in this picture? I see you have both your hands.
What year was this movie again?
So this is 1987.
87. Okay.
It's got Cher. Is it a musical?
It is not. So It's more about like dysfunctional but loving Italian mom and daughters. That's really what it is, and I think that's why my wife likes it so much. And also,
there's
Nikki's
no
mom
love there.
Well, Nikki's mom also looks a lot like, or Nikki's mom back in like the 90s looked a lot like Cher in this movie.
All right.
Yeah. But I got a little trivia on this, though. So the movie stayed in the top 10 at the box office for 20 straight weeks.
What?
Cher won the Oscar for Best Actress. Dukakis won, this is Mike Dukakis' sister, the one who ran for president, used to be the governor of Massachusetts. But Olympia Dukakis, she won Best Supporting Actress. John Patrick Shanley, I think is his name, he won Best Screenplay. And then the movie was also nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Supporting Actor.
Holy shit. You said that lineup and described the general premise of the movie, and I was like, wow, Nikki, you have terrible taste. That sounds like an awful movie. But apparently not. That's crazy.
No, Bill. See, you're trusting the Americans from the past, which is not something that we should ever do, especially if you go back too far. It's always the wrong answer. So I don't put a lot of credence into box office things on past generations because I don't get Social Security when I retire.
So John, are you telling me, good point. Mm-hmm. Are you questioning though Americans from the 80s and their choices and things?
I wake up every day and I say a prayer, just so thankful that we made it through the 80s and cocaine addiction as a culture. So yes,
Sure.
that's kind of what I think about that. We got into the 90s and everybody just seemed to have money, whether or not it was real or not, or taxed income or not,
Mostly
for that
not,
matter.
yeah.
Mostly not. So, I'm confused.
Okay, well, I guess you have to watch the movie.
Fuck. I'll watch it with Nikki.
She'll like it. You guys can hold hands.
Nikki,
And then I'll
if you're
chop it off.
listening, we're watching this together. I'm going to not watch this film until we are together on the Greater Coast.
So there's a scene where Nicolas Cage proposes to Cher, even though his brother's already proposed. And just Cage's delivery in it is just so bad that I just started laughing out loud, and she just like gave me this nasty look, and I just gave it right back to her and just went, and this is the line that he said was, "Marry me. Marry me." Like, that's how he talks the whole movie. The first time they introduced him, like, why is Nick Cage talking like that? So does he talk like this the whole movie?
Oh no. Did he have was this like his first big movie? Did he have anything before that?
I'm trying to think. 87. I think he was just kind of just a part-time player. You know what I mean? Like supporting roles before that.
So maybe part of it is that Nick Cage, and like seeing that would throw you off, but somebody who didn't know him could just believe that's actually how he talks. Yeah.
Yep. Also, he wears a wife beater the whole movie, and if you ever see Nicolas Cage's chest hair, it's fucking disgusting. It's like Austin Powers. Like, it goes over his shoulders, like it's thicker. Like, it's something else to see. Yep. All right. Well, we'll take that pregnant pause and move on to the next one.
Wow. Holy fucking shit.
Are you looking it up right now, John?
Nope. I don't want to look that up. I'm just acting like I am because I'm trying to distract myself from thinking or looking up what his fucking chest hair looked like. Thank you very much. I don't want to know what a man's disgusting chest hair looks like. I always thought it was all beautiful and that you could scrub down a cast iron pan with any man's chest hair. So I'm worried.
Yep. Not his.
All right, I'm going to jump in on that.
Do it.
On that note. So I'll note that I do not have a lot of experience with romance movies in general. So the picks that I'm going to be having here, I either haven't seen at all or I haven't seen in decades. And mostly that's because romance movies will make you cry, and I don't like to cry. I am a big crier during these movies, and I hate it. So I stay away from romance movies. Rom-coms are fine, but I never pick them for myself. So
whenever Bill cries, he just punches a mirror.
Oh my God, it's gross. I'm a gross crier. That's just a fact. So
what if it was a movie of like two spiders falling in love?
Then you'd throw up.
Yeah, I'd probably vomit all over the place.
Scream.
And just go into like terrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also still break the mirror too.
So I 100% had to ask my wife for input on this to get support, and the pick that she selected for the movie she would pick for herself was Mamma Mia, the
Never seen it.
2008 film starring Meryl Streep, Pierce Brosnan, and Amanda Seyfried. And this is the wonderful tale. I learned this today. I was reading the summary. The wonderful tale of a girl is getting married and she never knew her real father. So she invites the three guys that probably are her father, that her mother isn't certain about, to the wedding, so that she can find out who the father is and have that guy walk her down the aisle. Set to the tune of ABBA.
I know it was a Broadway show.
It was a Broadway show, yeah.
That's also good to know that your mom was having unprotected sex with 3 different people at the same time.
Yeah.
That's kind of the low-key thing there, right?
It's so strange to me that you would want this stranger to walk you down the aisle.
Yeah. I would just not have that person there.
That's someone who has faith in humanity, and obviously neither the three of us have any of that left over throughout our checkered past. So,
and look, in the end, spoilers for anybody who's planning on watching this movie and hasn't seen it since 2008.
Meryl Streep got an abortion, and it was all just an aberration.
Really?
Amanda Seyfried pulls a butterfly effect and kills herself in the womb. It was a really real turn there. No. The father ends up being Pierce Brosnan, apparently. So, I mean, that really worked out pretty well for Amanda Seyfried there. Yeah.
You're welcome, listeners. No reason to watch that one.
Not
well,
the least bit.
You still get the music of ABBA, which is really the real reason you're tuning in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've always been fascinated in Pierce Brosnan, though. Just when you watch him, you're like, wow, this man has STDs that the medical community hasn't discovered yet. And I just want to know where.
Also, beautiful chest hair.
Okay. All right. Hold on. We have to.
So he's got good chest hair.
Let's break down this chest hair bullshit.
There's no reason to break it down, John. Just Google it. All right. We're all going to Google it right now.
Oh, fine. Go fuck yourself. So for me, you know what? Fine.
Chest
for her.
Hair.
No, I don't.
Google away.
All chest hair looks wonderful.
I gotta tell you what, Max. I'm not impressed. You're
It's because all these pictures on Google, they're all different. He clearly does stuff to his chest hair.
That is
all
true.
right. All right, Bill. Samurai Jack over here is getting a little upset, so I think we're just gonna have to move on.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna continue to just Google Nick Cage chest hair. Carry on.
Oh yeah, that looks painted on. Actually, you know, it looks like a tattoo. It looks like an eagle.
Yeah, it's like you can comb it. You should never be able to comb your chest hair and like do like a comb over.
Oh God, I kind of want to comb my chest hair after.
I could definitely comb my chest hair. My hair's pretty long.
Yeah, but isn't like your chest hair kind of curly? It's not
No.
like straight. Okay, that's just me.
No, actually, I was looking at the pictures that you. I did Googled the same thing. I was like, wow, that looks a lot like my chest hair.
Well, your chest hair's fucking gross, Bill.
Yeah,
I never want to see it.
Some body.
It's kind of streaky,
issues.
so it's like it's broad strokes. You're going for abstract chest hair. That's what that is.
I've been described as having a bird-like shape on my chest. That the way you just described it. John.
Oh,
So, yeah.
oh, okay. So you could take flight at any moment. See, I can respect that.
All right, John, what's your pick?
Well, my pick for my wife is actually a film that we watched together early in our dating career. Annie Hall from 1977 with Woody Allen and Diane Keaton. So you guys try to beat my movie with the guy who probably directed it, who starred in it, who maybe did some horrific shit, but we're going to move
He's
past
still doing
that.
it.
He's still doing it, and we're going to move past it because it was 1977 and it was free love and whatever, you know, if you were going to.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
stepdaughter
say
wasn't born
anything.
yet.
So really, this is just a beautiful movie. Honestly, it could also fall into our third category that we'll get to about both, but just opposites attract. With funny, zingy one-liners like where, you know, Annie Hall, who's Diane Keaton, pulls up to the sidewalk to let Woody out, and she's like, "Hey, how did I do when I parked?" She says, "Yeah, I could walk to the curb from here." You know, so like funny zingers like that. It's a little bit outdated. You know, it's definitely like partway through Technicolor, but it will bring you together.
I love Diane Keaton. She's always good.
She's great. She's great. You know, and it's very Woody. It's typical Woody Allen. You know, just neurotic, out of his goddamn mind, just weird, like you know, just very strange. And then Diane, very cool, very chill. She's the rock star of the movie in all ways. And just a fun thing to watch. And also, you know what? At the end of the day, like, say you're single and you're spending Valentine's Day with your mom. She'll probably appreciate this shit because it came up during her era. You know. Whatever.
There we go.
So there we are.
Yeah.
Hot take of the day.
Pick for everybody.
So if you're seducing a MILF,
Or your own
to go with.
mother.
No, Max, that was not where I was going with that.
So if you are fluent in boomer, as I like to say, this is a perfect movie to choose. Everybody will love it. It's fantastic because, once again, the boomers don't acknowledge sexual harassment or assault. So
Good. All right. So for round 2, this is going to be our pick. So the pick for me is going to be Just Friends, starring Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart.
Yes. I remember commercials.
Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart, they were actually in a movie together.
Yes. So this is also could be a good Christmas pick as well. But I rewatched this for the first time in like 10 years, like right around Christmas time, and it was probably better than what I remembered it being. It is laugh out loud funny all the way through. Neither one of you guys have seen it, huh?
Early, he wears a fat suit in that.
Yes.
Right?
That's one when he
I've
sings
seen-
Boys to Men. in the fat suit.
I've not seen all of it. I've seen part of it. And I've seen the part where he wears a fat suit anyways.
I will never get sick of seeing Ryan Reynolds in a fat suit. He's so fucking funny.
Now, Amy is the actress who was in Crank,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the butterfly effect.
Okay.
Boom. Connections.
Oh, she was good in that.
There's little parallels there.
Man, he's been on. I don't really think of him in that way, like been around for so long. He kind of like fell off for a little while, right? Because he was kind of big in the early 2000s, or at least well known.
And even like going way back, do you remember like years ago? This is back in the 90s when Nomar was on that sitcom.
Oh God, fuck yeah! Like two
That-
girls and two
in a
guys
pizza?
in a pizza place.
That's
or
Ryan
something
Reynolds
like
is one of the guys.
that? Get out of
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Didn't he also have like a werewolf show, like a teen werewolf show? Or was it a guy that looked just like Ryan Reynolds?
It's probably a guy that looks like him.
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
anyways, but
Yeah.
Fact.
I think Van Wilder
I
was his
I
big
feel
hit.
like until I could be wrong, but I feel like until like Deadpool, I can't think of anything with Ryan Reynolds, but well, except for like Green Lantern, but that was like
Waiting?
2000.
You remember seeing
Waiting.
Waiting was a big high school movie.
Yeah,
Bill,
yeah, that's
Bill,
I
true.
played
Bill,
that pussy
Bill,
like a violin.
Bill. Was it DC or Marvel that did Green Lantern?
It's DC.
It's
That's
DC.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So you're into those kinds of things. We don't speak that movie. We don't speak of it. It doesn't exist. Even Ryan doesn't talk about it. Why would you bring that up?
Because it does exist. It was in
No.
Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2. It was in Deadpool 2.
Tool.
I know, I can't speak words
Deadpool
right now. Close enough.
Fuck.
Yep, but that's my pick. Watch that. It's good. You guys will enjoy it. It's really funny.
Huh.
I
Okay.
buy it. Ryan Reynolds is funny.
It's pretty much so. So the synopsis of the movie is he was a fat kid in high school. He was in love with this girl who like fucked everybody but him. And then like fast forward like, 10, 15, whatever it is years later. And I think he goes back home for Christmas or something, or he gets stuck there. And he's like a big time, like, I think like music agent or something. And he's all thin and he's like fucking supermodels. And the only thing he wants to do is just bang his old friend. And then he kind of goes back into like the old self of who he was before,
Oh, all right.
which was like a sweet guy.
Into the old South.
Oh,
Self.
So self.
Self,
So
as in-
okay.
he became an asshole, and by going home, he found his nice guyness. Okay.
It's essentially who Schmidt is on New Girl, as we were talking about that before the show.
yeah.
Fat suit and all.
Honestly, any man or any boy that grows up into a man who started as a fat boy and then therefore has a six pack later because they work their ass off, yeah, their heads are huge.
You're always a fat kid. You will
No, you're
always
not.
be fat.
Not when you have a fucking six pack, because then that's when it's just out of control, where you're just like shoving your dick into people's faces, just like, look at it, doesn't droop down.
I can see it.
You can see it, yeah. If you can see your own toes.
Okay, who's next?
I can go and stick with the same order.
That makes sense.
My pick for myself of romance movie to watch on Valentine's Day is the timeless classic of 2006, Step Up, with Channing Tatum, Jenna Dewan, Damian Radcliffe, and others. Really, it's got Channing Tatum dancing, and that's about the summary of the story. So,
This is
questions?
the breakdancing, the original like breakdancing movie when we were kids, right? Step Up.
I mean, it was the start of a franchise.
Original
So
white
you could-
people dancing movie, I
yeah,
guess.
exactly. I mean, I would say that this kind of, I don't know if like Save the Last Dance fits into that same category. That came before Step Up, I think, but that's a little too emotional for my liking. Step Up's a lot more lighthearted, so I'm down with Step Up.
Okay. So can you give us a little context on what they mean by step up? Oh wow, I have not seen this. Holy shit!
You've not seen
This is
Channing.
where Channing Tatum's the other co-star. They got married. That's how they met.
Yeah,
They had a couple
exactly.
of kids.
And that is an extra layer to the romance of it. This is like really how they get together.
Just like Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern with what's her face? Man, I'm fucking crushing it with the parallels, but I can't think of anything else. I can't finish my own
Yeah,
sentence.
usually we can't actually trip you up, Max. What is happening? Oh, there we go. Because as he chugs a beer, yeah. All right, fair enough.
I've been sick for like a month as well. And now
That's
I'm
where
drinking.
I'm at too. It's fine. Well, not the sickness, but
No.
And not to mention, too, Step Up is a fantastic movie, and Step Up 2 Into the Streets. I mean, wow, what a follow-up. You could just go 1, 2 and not even take a break. So, I mean, that's why I got to go with the Step Up series just in general. Step Up 3, that was wonderful, too. They made it for 3D. I mean,
Oh, boy.
come on.
Not really necessary, but okay.
Oh, my God. When they have the bubbles come across the screen, it's necessary,
No.
Max.
This is a waste of his fucking talent. See, like if I had
No,
seen
it is.
this
That's the
movie
opposite,
ever-
John.
No, you're not getting me. If I had ever seen this movie from like the get-go, I never would have liked Channing Tatum. If I would have seen
No.
the first movie that I would have seen as Magic Mike, I would love him.
What?
It took me a while to like Channing Tatum because of Step Up.
Get out of town. This is I honestly
Mhm.
own this on DVD for quite a
That's
while.
not a surprise, Bill.
You
a good
actually
movie.
tried breakdancing once in your life and you failed at it. Is that where this is coming from?
John.
No, Bill is a great
unfortunately
dancer.
For you, I am actually a great dancer.
John didn't remember my wedding seeing Bill break it dancing
Nope. I
because
do
he did
not.
step it up to the streets.
No.
I bring a similar energy that Moose from Step Up 2 brings. Unexpected
Oh my
nerves,
gosh, you
but
know
can
the
really
characters
go
by
into
name.
can really go into like a yeah. I owned Step Up 2 for a while as well, but
It's a DVD
that one got
box.
lost in college, unfortunately.
It got lost in college.
Somebody
That's
stole it, I think,
that's
because I mean
what-
it's a timeless classic,
Yeah.
and not many people have it, so it's understandably really.
Are you sure if there wasn't like a witch burning and they thought that if you had that DVD on you, you were a witch? Like, what are we getting at?
No, I don't think that's what it is. I feel pretty confident. You know, I mean, between that and like Stomp the Yard is another really good one. You know, this kind of Step Up really opened the door to a whole lot of dance romance movies.
Mhm.
That was just really good for that mid 2000s time period.
Saturday Night Fever revival.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to
Minus
ask you
the
one
rape.
question.
Okay, please, John, go ahead.
How many times do you believe you have seen this movie in its entirety?
Honestly, you want a genuine answer to that?
No, I would. A genuine guesstimate. A guesstimate. I'm not going to hold you to it and eat your lunch.
I would say it's more than 5, less than 10.
What?
In like 7 would
Yeah,
be.
it's a good median right there.
Oh my God. Okay. So I was reading you as if you've seen this, I mean, dozens of times. I mean,
No, Bill just
Dozens.
rewatches it in his head every night. It's no
I
reason
mean,
to watch a movie when you
okay.
already know every scene.
I've
All right.
I've got
I mean-
the full story. Now I just YouTube the dance clips with Channing Tatum.
Bill's like, my left foot's getting a little rusty. I need to step up that left foot a little bit more.
do you dance at home? Do you ever shadow dance?
All the time I dance at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Now-
don't?
Well, sometimes I do. I dance when I'm like doing dishes and shit.
It's weird that I still remember this, but I remember Bill saying like during like college orientation, how it's like I just started dancing and everyone just immediately loved me. It's like I don't have that talent, Bill.
Oh, it's even so what's the is
Oh.
orientation whatever the day is when you go in for like
Oh,
one
it's
night
Red Letter
basically?
Day or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Like
something.
but it's like over the summer you go
Overnight,
there
yeah.
for like a day or something like that and a night. Maybe that was orientation. I think that was orientation. So they did a thing where they had to do a thing where they had like a seminar basically about the dangers of drinking in college and like getting too drunk and like
Bill didn't pay
but, like,
attention to any of those.
no, well, that's true. That didn't end up panning out too well for me. But the slide projector thing, whatever they were using, wasn't working, and they said like, all right, if somebody can come up here and like stall for us for 10 minutes, you'll get like a $25 coupon to the bookstore. And
Oh boy!
I can tell you what. This is not something that high school Bill would have done. I don't know. I was not drinking. I don't know what made me do this, but I like hurdled chairs, got up on the stage, and I sang A Whole New World from Aladdin. And people went wild. They loved it. They loved it.
So, are you going to sing that for us right now, Bill?
John, I'll give you a private session. Yeah.
That's for our Patreon listeners that don't exist because we don't have Patreon.
Exactly, right. Yeah. Well, shit. It's a shame. We cut him out of the 401k. So, yeah, so we have to pay him for this now. He's a contractor.
Listeners who are actually still listening, write in. If you want Bill to sing, it's going to cost you.
Jesus. Yeah, no. I
This
wonder
kid
how
needs to
many
go to
of this,
college.
this last rant is actually going to get cut out.
So,
All right, John.
Step Up. That's my pick.
Step up.
Oh, sorry, bro. I thought you were trying to step up to me right now through this fucking screen, bro. Like,
Coast to
shut.
coast.
You don't even know about this vascularity. This dick.
No, I don't. Thankfully.
Yeah.
You want to see?
Yeah, that's
No.
why you weren't at the bachelor party.
No, damn it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't really want to see it. So for me, if it was going to be me, I would take the founding movie of the little-known genre of bromances, which is Pineapple Express 2008 with Seth Rogen and James Franco. And it's just fucking so perfect. I mean, you literally have like the dude shows up just with his drug dealer. It's no big deal. It's a business relationship and just suddenly turns into, through many gunfights and all kinds of weird drug dealer nonsense, they just turn into the best of bros who will just like, they bro down, they hug, they love each other, they cry together, they smile together. They might even take a bath together in that movie at some point, whether or not it was meant to be. But it's just wonderful. And it's something that does bring a tear from your eye. Every time that, by your, I mean mine, is what I'm getting at with this.
When I say tear, I mean joint. And then when I say bring, I mean light.
Marijuana, y'all. So that's mine. And I think it's wonderful in that actually most folks would actually kind of appreciate it, especially for the one scene with, I forget his fucking name, where he's like, thug life. Like, that's great.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, Danny McBride. Like, and he's
I used to
fucking
use
in
this
it,
little
and-
gun when I was a prostitute.
So, I mean,
Kenny
the
Powers.
movie is like the prequel to whatever it was, the operation where they went to go kill Kim Jong-un.
The interview.
Interview.
Oh.
The interview.
It's also a post of Freaks and Geeks, which also had James Franco and Seth Rogen in it. They were both stoners in that show, too.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
I have not seen Pineapple Express.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I have. It's not my kind of movie at all. I tried watching the interview. I got like 20 minutes in, and it's like one of the only movies ever that I've turned off after I've started. Like, I am compulsive about finishing movies if I start it, just because I started it and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. It was, I hated it so much.
I am all kinds of confused. Are you talking about the interview or are you talking about Pineapple Express? Because it started with, I haven't seen Pineapple Express. And then, like, when I saw this, I just couldn't finish.
No.
But the interview.
Yeah. No, that was the interview. And I also, I know I'm not going to be in popular opinion here, but I do not understand people's fascination, enjoyment of Freaks and Geeks. That show.
I've never seen it. I've actually never seen it.
People
Freaks and
like
Geeks,
that has
though.
like
People
such
love
a
it.
hardcore following. Like people love it, and I don't get it.
I think part of it is just because the cast is loaded before they were famous. So it's just seeing all those like A-listers.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and I know
and it's Judd Apatow made it.
it's true, and then that is weird, and it's interesting almost to watch it for that reason. But like, I know we're getting way off topic from John's pick here,
And who
but I just
cares?
know like Sam loves that movie, and I know like a bunch of friends that love it too, or that show, love that show, and like part of it is because they feel like it's funny but also real, and I don't get the funny. I don't think it's funny at all, and I also don't feel like it's very real, like realistic. It just seems like the typical, like atypical, like makeup of like a high school from like a 1980s movie, and I don't know, it fucking just big swing and a miss for me. Whatever. Pineapple Express sounds wonderful.
If the listeners could see right now, I'm actually acting like I'm on a Zoom call. I'm nodding approvingly,
While scrolling through
passively at
Reddit
the
on
same
your
time.
phone.
Like, yeah, man, I feel you.
checking
I don't-
checking your GME stocks.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And the show, movie, whatever it was, Geeks and Freaks, that I have never seen. Yeah, so I'm just sitting here, just nodding my head. Yeah, boss.
And I'm just smiling because John's nodding his head and Bill's shoulders are like going above his ears as he was just ranting there. Just continually shrugging.
So yeah, Pineapple Express, smoke weed all day, every day. Yeah, that's all you need. That's it. Just go for it. I actually made the crucifix joint once, one time.
That's awesome. I love the beginning of that movie with when Bill Hader, it's all in like black and white when they're like experimenting weed. I'm telling you, this is the bee's knees, guys. It's like fuck you.
It's so great. It's just a fun movie. It'll get an innocent chuckle out of everybody until
So
the
dumb.
AK-47s start coming out, which it gets really serious and oddly serious really fast. And Bill, you need to watch it. Don't they grow weed in Maine?
Yeah.
I think they grow weed everywhere.
Do they not? They grow weed everywhere, John.
Well, who's they though?
People.
God damn it. Let's just
Anyway, well, here's the next one. Last segment here. So this is gonna be a pick for the two of us. So this is gonna be a personal one for me here, and it's gonna be Casablanca, and Casablanca. John, you know I can't say words at this point. Come on, dude. You've lived with me for years.
I'm sorry.
I already know I've fucked up on several different things I've already said earlier. I just don't even bother correcting myself at this point.
Well, I usually let you go for about 3 or 4 mistakes, and then I'm just like,
that's
okay,
fair.
Fine.
I appreciate that. Casablanca, which is in Africa. But the reason why it's a personal pick, though, is because this was my wife and I's first Valentine's Day date. We went to the Belcourt Theater in Nashville, which is a really cool indie theater that I hope is going to still be around after COVID. But it was a Casablanca themed party there too. So it was like a red carpet thing. Like we got dressed up. It was an open bar. They had like Moroccan food. It was awesome.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So so we still have the tickets from that event, like on our we have a little like pin board in our house. But
Wait.
just what?
Was this in Nashville? This was in Nashville.
Yeah. When we were still dating.
So this entire event probably cost you what, like $25? Like, because this was back.
Actually, this one was expensive. I mean, for us back in the day. I don't even know what it cost, but anyway.
Sliding scale. Sorry.
Going back to the movie though, so I mean, it's just beautifully shot, great pacing, especially for a movie that's like 79 years old. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen Casablanca recently or not. It still holds up. It's so fucking good. Bill will appreciate this too. So former Red Sox GM and current Chicago Cubs GM Theo Epstein, his 2 great uncles wrote the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
Also, which is fucking crazy, is the fact that the movie came out in 1942, like right in the middle of World War II. This is 2 years into the Nazis occupying France. It's like we didn't know what the outcome of the war was going to be. I mean, the movie centers around like resistance fighters and all that.
Wow.
Great lines. I mean, there's some huge lines in that movie. Here's looking at you, kid. We'll always have Paris. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But my favorite line in the movie, or the favorite like couple of lines in the movie, is when the Nazis start singing like one of their anthem songs, and then the French start singing their national anthem, and then they kind of like drown out the Nazis, which like really pisses the Nazis off. So then they go to the Vichy, cop that's like kind of running the whole area, Captain Renault, and like, you need to shut this place down. So then he goes over, he's like, he blows his whistle. They all start closing out, and the captain's like super corrupt anyway, but he's funny. So then they're like, Rick is like, what the hell's going on? Like, why are you shutting us down? So the captain goes, I'm shocked to find that there's gambling going on in here. And then the guy who's like running the craps table runs over to him, and he just goes, You're winning, sir. He goes, oh yes, thank you very much, and just like takes like 2 handfuls full of chips, like puts them in his pocket. It's just such a great combo of like humor, romance, just really good filmmaking. It's a classic, obviously, but that is my pick.
What were you wearing when you went to the bar that was themed Casablanca
So
style?
it was the Belcourt Theater, but it was back before they renovated it. So it was like the old school theater itself. Like it was a couple hundred seats, it was really cool. And then they had the whole bottom floor kind of like cut out so you could go down there, but sports coat, jeans, button shirt, business casual.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I was
I wasn't sure
bartending
if
back
it was
then.
like when you said theme, I had the same thought as John. If it was like almost like
Like black
costume.
tie.
Like
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you were dressed to the theme as well.
I was dressing like somebody who was a bartender in Nashville that had no money. My one sports coat that I had from like college.
Bootstraps, Max. Bootstraps. You should have already owned 3 tuxedos by the ripe age of 23.
Well, lucky me. Now I sleep in tuxedos.
Because of all that podcast money.
Oh, that big podcast money from watching your balls.
You made like $4.35 last year, right? Like
$4.35. That's right.
That's correct.
Indeed.
Rolling in it.
John, I'm going to ask you a question about this movie.
Okay.
Have you ever seen it?
Oh, Jesus.
Nope.
Oh, you
Me
fucks.
neither.
Really?
No,
you guys need to, it's on HBO Go, I think.
I
You guys need to fucking watch that
HBO
movie.
Go doesn't exist anymore, fucker. So don't try to pull that shit on me.
HBO
It's all
Max.
fucking Max. Yeah,
Whatever.
it sounds like a fucking dick supplement now. That's what HBO
It
sounds.
sounds
I'm
like
not-
the Spice Channel back in the 90s. HBO Max. 2 X's.
That's true.
3 X's.
No,
I'm not trying.
haven't
I
seen
mean,
it.
Max, that's really cool. Like, I mean, to have that. I know that's a good movie, and like, it sounds
Hey
like you have
Max,
an
that's
awesome
really
connection.
cool, man.
Cool, bro.
Never seen it. Never seen
Cool
it.
story. Don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So I know about it, and I understand. Like, I respect it's like, you know,
Oh, so good.
It's been in movie history and yada yada. But like the only black and white movies that I watched and I've seen and many times were sci-fi movies. Like that's just that's just
I mean-
that's what I watched.
Nobody makes
That's all.
smoking a cigarette look cooler than Humphrey Bogart. And then Ingrid Bergman is a fucking smoke show. I mean, this is 1942. I'm like, God damn, this girl's hot as shit.
I believe you, but I'm having a hard time imagining a hot girl named Ingrid.
Ingrid
Oh,
Bergman.
Is that a bird?
No,
Sounds like a bird.
Bill, they're out there. I know an Ingrid. She was beautiful.
Okay, all right.
John, especially you though, with your love of French people, you would thoroughly enjoy it because a lot of it is about like French resistance and people trying to get back home or get the fuck out.
Okay. Yeah,
And again,
I really appreciate you alienating a good, portion of our audience.
It's okay. Just keep on drinking. We'll both drink. Bill, you can make your pick.
Hey,
Oh,
cheers,
good.
fucker.
Good. Looking forward to this. After following Max's pick of like a timeless classic that he has personal connections to, I want to pick the wonderful movie that Sam and I agreed to as if we were to watch a movie on Valentine's Day together, it would be A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger.
Oh, it's
Haven't
a
seen
great
that one.
movie.
You've not seen that?
That's
Nope.
actually like one of my top 10 for no reason other than that it just is.
It just
I love
is.
that film.
It just is like it's not a movie that I should like but like it's a period piece, so that's gonna win Sam over already. It's got Heath Ledger, so that wins both me and Sam, so that's great.
Okay.
And then like they turn it's like a period piece, but it's kind of like it's set in the early 2000s or 90s in terms of like the way that they like love sports and like there's like branding and merchandising and like they have like hype men and stuff like that, and there's great music. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie to watch.
It's a movie where somebody, who doesn't enjoy it, you look at them and you just say, you know what? You have been found wanting.
I don't understand what
I
is that
don't
from the movie?
understand.
Yeah, that's actually from the fucking movie. So Bill clearly hasn't seen it either. So I
I
call
haven't-
bullshit. I call fucking bullshit.
I
That's
said
the fucking bad guy in the movie the entire time. He's like, you have been found wanting. So I bite my thumb at you.
I probably
Like,
haven't
that's-
seen this movie since like 2007.
I was obsessed with this movie when it came. I just kept watching it. Like, I think it was when I discovered on demand, like through Xfinity, like back in high school years. You
Yep.
know, and it was like, holy shit, I could just watch this whatever. What?
I can pause it. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I don't even have a TiVo. This is crazy.
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, there's titties
Yeah.
in this. I can rewind it. Oh my god!
I actually, so speaking of titties, the actress, yeah, that's such a wonderful segue. The actress who's in that, who plays the love interest, who's royalty, who is being, trying to be courted by the lowly individual, the gentleman, what's his name?
Heath
Rest in
Ledger.
peace. Heath Ledger. And what happened to her? I loved her.
Who is
Great
she?
question.
What? I mean, she did
Shannon
like one other
Sozeman?
movie with Heath Ledger that was actually kind of supernatural in genre, and then that was it. She just disappeared. So like, did she just like save her
true.
money
She
and
was
she just
good
like
in that
knew what
movie.
she did? She was
Yeah.
great.
I
Everything
know.
she did back then was amazing. Like, did she just save her money well? and just got out and was like, I'm done. I just get to like volunteer, for the rest of my life and just do what I want to.
It says years active, 97 to 2016. So,
oh wow,
she must have
so she got
retired.
some bucks. All right.
Who does she marry? I know that's chauvinistic, but it's true. Who does she marry?
Yeah, she was on some TV shows, but like, yeah.
That was her first movie she ever did. And then she did 40 Days and 40 Nights, which is also a underratedly great movie.
That is a good one too.
So speaking of Knight's Tale and actually the dance scene where they mesh like old school, like, like way back, like 16th century, like line dancing kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm,
and then they throw in that one kind of like cool rock song, and it's like, Angel. Like, it's super fucking cool, dude. It's so good. I love how they actually mash the dancing together. I really love that movie. I'm going to fucking watch that tonight. I'm going to make my wife watch that movie with me.
I love that I picked a movie that John knows way better than me. That is, I mean, for me, this is just like, I remember I've seen this movie probably like 3 times, and I know that I enjoy it. And it's just like, whenever I think of like, when somebody asks me about like romance movie, what do you like? It's like, I don't know, Knight's Tale. Knight's Tale was good. And like, I really probably haven't seen it since like 2008, 2009. And like, I just know that like, this one's fine. I've got this one tucked away if I need it.
I fucking love it. I love you, baby. It's fun.
Yeah. So 2 out of 3 movies for that Bill picked, I have never seen. That's good. I think I don't know if Bill's seen any of the movies that I picked. I don't think neither one of you fucks didn't see a single movie that I picked.
Yeah, no.
I saw it in my dreams.
Actually,
another life.
Fun fact: I haven't seen any of the movies that either of you picked.
Oh, that's
Jesus
good. This has been a great mini episode.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, great. We have somebody to bounce some shit off of.
Under communication is always better.
We're all just useless to one another tonight, and that's okay.
Usually when we do a mini episode, we'll tell each other kind of like at least 1 or 2 of our picks. This time we didn't, and we're like, all right, never seen it. Never seen it.
Cool.
Okay, so
can't contribute to this one.
This is just going to fall onto my shoulders as usual. Let's
There it
see
is.
if these assholes
What is
have
it?
fucking seen it. So for both, I would choose Her from 2017.
Nope, didn't see
Joaquin
it.
Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. Fuck
Nope.
you, Bill.
No, yeah. I did. Yep.
Yeah.
He has sex
So-
with
The phone.
Well, no,
right?
he doesn't
That's the
have
one?
sex with the fucking phone.
he's just jerking off.
He falls in love. This is a movie that expands boundaries. It shows that love can come from any direction and that you can mutually be in love with anybody at all whatsoever.
That
And
is a
it
good
also it validates long distance relationships, which is beautiful. And it takes race out of the entire equation, which is also beautiful, especially for Hollywood to even attempt for a change. And it's just an absolutely fantastic, just wonderul movie that at the same time, even if any male listeners who aren't into love films, this is it's sci-fi heavy in a lot of ways, considering that Scarlett Johansson, who plays the love interest of the movie, you don't actually see her.
Okay.
You hear her throughout the entire film because she is basically an artificial intelligence, an entity of AI. And
She's
it's
Siri.
just she's Siri.
Siri.
If everybody had their own unique Siri that was paired to them, created for them, voice, personality, everything, and then let your imagination fill in the rest of it. And also a very special thing about the film I found was that, at least in my mind, I would feel that everybody would almost, as if reading a book, actually, build this character that Scarlett Johansson was voicing in their mind, just like reading a book, whatever they wanted to, illustrate her in their mind as being, which was a very unique and personal experience for most folks who would watch it. And just it's one of the perfect romance movies of the 21st century.
Fascinating.
Really, in my mind. Yeah.
That is. Sorry, John. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
I remember seeing commercials or trailers for this movie, and it didn't strike an interest with me at all. And like, it just like, oh, that's weird. It's a movie about a guy falling in love with his phone. Like, so to hear that, like, and I gotta say, honestly, too, the way that you're kind of describing the premise, I feel like I might have very different takeaways than you, but like, I'm now interested in seeing the movie.
It's really good.
It is. It's a standout film. That's there really is nothing like it for the most part. And whatever people think about it is what it's also you're watching a movie. It's a personal experience. What you take from it, you take from it. But it's beautiful. That's how I would describe it. In many ways, it's beautiful. And even the cinematography and the depiction of what the future is, because it is slightly farther in the future, not too far.
That's the thing I like,
very
though,
done well.
in the future is just that people are just so self-absorbed and just like so into their technology that you don't really like. You might or may not notice it, but there's like not a lot of people. Like the population has gone down a lot because like people are not interacting with people anymore. They're just interacting with their phones. Hence the whole point. The guy falls in love with like with a artificial intelligence. He's not talking to Amy Adams in the movie. Like he's not interested in her. He's interested in this machine.
So that was really what I was that was kind of what I was thinking of as far as like takeaways. Like that sounds really dark in a lot of ways. And like, and I'm assuming is the artificial intelligence still being built by like a private company, kind of like an Apple?
No, so the ending of the movie, and it is a twist, and I wouldn't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But these are the gist of it is that these entities that everybody has on their phones, they are quite real in many ways.
Okay.
They're very much people in
and
every way
progresses.
except for and they learn and so on, and eventually it's like you're talking to a literal human being. And so the only thing that I will say, just kind of somewhat, spoiler alert, but the movie ends in heartbreak.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to cry.
No, but then there's a happy ending.
No, it is. Yeah, there is a happy ending. But you let out you get a strong cry, and then you get a strong smile at the end too. It breaks you down and it lifts you back up. It really is a beautiful movie. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a beautiful movie, an absolutely beautiful movie.
I think I might have to watch that just because everything you keep saying beautiful, and a lot of the elements that you're describing just sound like deeply dark to me.
But like
it's
you look,
lonely.
it also it is lonely, and it actually fits very well in today's times, in my opinion.
Especially now, it would actually be a completely different rewatch right now.
Yeah. How can somebody who is completely isolated, whether or not they are physically isolated or not, how they can find love, affection, companionship, and so on, considering their own circumstances that maybe even themselves have put themselves into.
Right. Yeah.
Also, another highlight of that movie is just you don't really realize until you watch the movie of how sexy Scarlett Johansson's voice is. Because you just look at her, and then you hear him like, wow, she has a really sexy,
you can
sultry
hear
voice.
the yabos.
She's got a fucking, like, I'd never even realized. I mean, it's like Demi Moore. It's just like, wow, man, that's a sexy ass voice.
So, but and it really is like Scarlett, like this is not like, oh, Scarlett Johansson is just voicing a robot. Like this is not Groot, with what's his face? Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
This is not that.
She does a lot of heavy lifting in that movie, and you never see her.
No,
this is just Joaquin Phoenix talking to himself essentially, because he just has an earbud in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But wonderful world building around that too, even seeing the future, and even some of the video games, like where the video game like talks back to Joaquin Phoenix and like gives him the finger at some point, like the character that he plays at, where it's literally the video game is like, fuck you. Like at some point, you're like, you're a pussy, you suck. Like literally the game calls him like a pussy or something like that. So it's a very interesting depiction, an illustration of what the future could look like. And then it's not as, this isn't as dystopian, believe me, for folks that might be being like, oh, this is very Black Mirror. It's not like that at all.
That's my takeaway.
There's
right
no
now.
twisted. There's no twisted things. Quite. Yeah.
There are definitely things that you can take from it to be like, that's a little bit disturbing. I get that, but it's definitely not like Black Mirror in that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely, I mean, you explain the movie and it's like, that's fucking creepy. And then you watch it and it's like, that was beautiful. It's weird. I mean, it's Spike Jonze who directed it. Like he's a one of a kind guy too. I mean, it's just, his movies are fucking weird and they're always really cool and interesting.
Well, I have to say, my main takeaway from that is that fuck you both for picking such intellectual movies in a lot of way, while I had the fucking Knight's Tale. So I'm glad we communicated for that reason.
There's nothing wrong with the Knight's Tale. We got to see the invention in the Knight's Tale. We got to see the invention of carbon steel.
Yeah, with his armor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Therefore, I mean, we're making history, baby. I love you. It's fine.
I still have not seen The Knight's Tale, even though we've been talking about it. I have not watched it yet.
It's pretty good.
Does he like? I always thought that like it just takes place back then. Like he doesn't go back in time. He's not like a modern day person.
No,
I just assumed.
No.
From the
It's just
it's all back
feudal
in time.
England.
I still remember the trailer of that movie coming out of them like doing the Queen "We Will Rock You" song, and I was like, "Fuck this movie! I'm not watching it."
It's
I
like,
hate
They
when
made it
movies go
work. I
back
don't
in the
know
day.
how.
And, ugh.
no,
I don't know
it's-
how they did it, but they made the music work.
they really did. I mean, like, so I would kind of compare it a little bit to the Romeo and Juliet that Leonardo DiCaprio did, where it was made like modernized. It's kind of like that. Like they don't have guns and stuff in it, but like they took every element of that society and then just made like the way that people talk and interact with each other to be more modern. But it's almost just like body language and interactions are different, but everything else is the same.
It's like did you guys see the Netflix show Hollywood?
No.
Okay. All right.
talk.
Well, don't even mention it. Yep.
So, for honorable
Not
mentions,
surprised.
I watched Sex and the City, the first movie recently, and that was pretty funny too, and that could work for both.
I watched that, and I've seen that movie more than once, but Nikki watched that like recently, like within the last 2 weeks, and she's like, I can change the channel. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just doing my own thing in the corner. And she's like, have you seen it? And I'm like, I know exactly what's happening right now.
I can say
Charlotte
with
is
pride.
drinking water from the shower, and she's about to shit her brains out. All right, I know what's happening. I don't have to sit down to watch this movie.
I can say with pride that I have not seen that movie.
All right, so I got a couple of extras too. So, The Notebook. I mean, that's always gonna be up there.
Why are we
Yeah,
adding
of
that to any
course.
list? Why?
We're not. These are just honorable mentions.
I don't.
500 Days of Summer.
Yes, I agree with that one.
When Harry Met Sally.
No, never saw
I
it.
haven't seen any of
You
these.
guys need to watch. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe skip The Notebook for you, John, but watch 500 Days of Summer and When Harry Met Sally. Those are both good. They're both funny.
Wait, why do I have to skip The Notebook? What did I do?
You're not gonna like it.
You haven't seen the Notebook, and I have. You don't need to watch it. It's fucking-
Okay, fair enough. Appreciate it, guys. Cheers, fuckers. Anyways.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Fuck you.
I haven't seen it.
No, that was 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, okay.
Also, any just 90s Disney movie. I mean, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid, Aladdin. Those are all good Valentine's Day movies to watch with another significant other.
Yeah.
Any movie that's just directed by Judd Apatow. But I say specifically like Funny People, and then This Is 40 and Trainwreck. Have any of you guys seen any of those fucking movies?
I
The
feel like
last
maybe
three
I
that
saw
you said.
Trainwreck.
No.
Trainwreck, maybe. It's either I saw the movie or I smoked the weed strain. I don't know which one.
It's the one with Amy
was
Schumer
Funny
and John
People?
Cena.
I didn't see that one.
Funny People is the one with Adam Sandler when he has cancer.
Yep. No.
Yeah, I didn't see that
Fuck
one.
that.
No,
Okay,
I
I
don't
wasn't
watch
gonna cry
cancer
my way through
movies.
that
Nope.
one. No, thank you.
Nope. I don't
All
do
right.
cancer movies.
I'm just going to stop mentioning movies because obviously you guys haven't seen any of them.
Well, there's a
I'm
reason
glad we
that
do
you
a movie
founded the
podcast, guys.
You know what? It's fine. That's why we're trying to have Bill to rise up and slay you. So that way the bar is raised just a little bit lower. So no, go fuck yourself, Matt.
Yeah.
Literally every movie I mentioned you guys haven't seen, and every movie that you guys have mentioned that I haven't seen, you guys have.
So that's a problem right here. So we've already reached an issue. Does this mean that the show just blew? It's over.
It means we're breaking up a Valentine's Day, guys. All right, I'm gonna skip the really expensive dinner at the restaurant, and we're gonna break up the day before on the 13th.
Oh no.
Okay, so who gets to break the news to Timmy Boy?
We'll just
He'll
send him a text.
He'll be overjoyed. He'll be like, "Oh, great! I don't have to do shit. I can fish more. Okay, all right."
Do you guys want to watch Lethal Weapon? Now that the show's over, can we watch it again? You don't have to record this call. I just want to talk about it.
Also, for the record, unrelated to the podcast, y'all motherfuckers need to get a salt lamp. It's the best.
What's a
what?
salt lamp?
A little salt lamp.
What is that?
I'll send it to you.
Is it
later.
a happy lamp?
No, it's a salt lamp.
Is it made of salt?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's a big, giant crystal hunk of pink Himalayan salt that has a light inside of it. to heat it up and to ionize the air to get rid of odors and purify the air. But it really, the basic thing is that it just lets off like an orange light so it doesn't fuck with your eyes like all the blue light bullshit that I keep hearing about on the lesser coast that is California.
I didn't know that there was like benefits to it. I just thought that was like, oh, look at this rock. It has a light in it. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I when I was younger and when I still smoked pot, those were the articles that I read. It was like if you heat it up, it sweats, and that when it's sweating, that means it's good.
Okay.
And those are the articles that I read. So
well written.
Audience, don't listen to me. Yeah, that's what happens. When I was younger and I still did that. Yeah.
Can I add two honorable mentions?
Absolutely not. That's the episode, guys.
That's fair. Okay.
John's just flipping off Bill.
Anyway, I would, if I'm going to throw in a couple honorable mentions, one that people may not have seen and is really a good movie is Midnight in Paris.
That's a good one.
You've seen that one? Oh yeah.
Yep.
That is a good one. I would. That was one of the main reasons that like Sam loves this genre of movies, and the reason we don't watch them for the most part is because she will always fall asleep in a movie unless it's an action movie. So for the most part, like either we pick an action movie or she picks something like this, falls asleep 15 minutes into it, and then I put like Rick and Morty on and go to bed 20 minutes later or something like that. But
I can only watch action movies when Nikki is asleep.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Midnight in Paris was one that she fell asleep 20 minutes into, and I finished watching because that's
perfect
awesome.
timing. Mm-hmm.
And I
right before he went back in time.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. And I would also say, I mean, it's not like it's unknown, but it is 100% worth the watch is La La Land. La La Land was just a wonderful movie.
Okay. That was Scarlett too, right?
No, Emma
Watson.
Emma Watson and Gosling.
Emma Watson.
Ryan Gosling, yeah. That's just an enjoyable movie.
Okay.
That's another Ryan Gosling, Emma Watson movie. Or not Emma Watson. Yeah, it is Emma Watson, right?
Emma Watson, yeah. Yep.
We're talking
Emma Stone.
Watson.
Emma Stone. Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound right. It's not, that's Hermione. Yeah, Emma Stone is crazy. Was it like Crazy Something Love? Crazy Stupid Love?
Crazy Stupid Love.
With Steve Carell. And then it's pretty much Hitch, which is also a good pick, but like it's pretty much Hitch.
Oh, I forgot about Hitch. I never finished
I did too.
Hitch.
I would have that probably would have been one of my picks if I had just remembered that earlier, but yeah, okay, whatever. I'm fucking drunk. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. So anyways, this time we don't have jelly time because it is a mini episode. So as usual, folks, just follow us on all the social medias that you usually do and email me at tdbackrow@gmail.com and deuces fuckers, right? Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Love yourself, love your spouse, love your significant other,
love your artificial intelligence.
Yeah. You love Siri, love
your
as
couch.
Much as I love my couch.
The crevices,
love your bed,
your pillows,
your pets,
your vibrator, your hand,
simians,
whatever. Simians, yes, simians. Just the missing link.
We need to bring it back.
Link.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for the reminder. We totally neglected that last episode.
Huh. Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm really looking forward to the diesel-powered Sibian. I feel like that's going to be nice and loud.
Gotta put some motor oil in this bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, anything that can scare off a fucking Prius, I'm good with it. Whether it gives you sexual pleasure or gets you from A to B.
Yep. That's the episode, guys. Rate and review. Right. 5 stars.
5 stars, everybody, because nobody uses Apple Podcasts anymore. No. Thanks, Spotify. Fuck you.
Stay tuned, because we will dive into a Ladies' Month. This is what we're about to do here. All right. That's it, though. Bye.
Great send-off.
Yeah. Ladies' Month.
Smooth.
Ladies.
Great episode, well structured, well
top
organized.
To bottom. Yeah,
we talked about all these picks beforehand, and probably the best episode we've ever done. You guys need to watch Casablanca.
I know.
Watch the fucking movie.
Jesus
It's like
Christ.
one of the greatest
Fucking
movies of all
blanket,
time.
dude. Yeah, we're fucking in Casablanca. It sounds like a fucking. It's like a
It's so
candy
good.
bar. Come here.
It's so good.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Max. I don't want to lie to you. I'm probably never gonna watch the movie.
No, you will watch it, Bill, because I will make you watch it.
If we make it like an S&M type thing, I'm in. Like, I just need to have like a safe word, but I'm down. That sounds cool.
It's not going to be S&M. It's just going to be Clockwork Orange style. I'm just going to tape your eyes open and just put you
I
into
haven't seen
Of course you
Clockwork
haven't.
Orange either.